5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
WAPW Atlanta, GA. Power 99.
There's an energy in the air.
This is the X. WNNX Atlanta.
Okay. We'll come back to that.
Oh, yes.
About 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, exactly 10 years ago.
10 years ago tomorrow.
There was a radio station in town called Power 99.
Land of the free. And home of the Braves. WAPW Atlanta, GA. Power
99.
Number one in music and fun.
There were people who worked there like the Big Watusi and Shotgun Sean Demery. And who were some other ones? Domino.
Mm-hmm. Downtown Billy Brown.
Downtown Billy Brown here. You know the music sounds better because we fired our music director. Here's what's coming up next hour.
Rick Stacy. No, that's DT with the double B.
Whatever. DT.
See, he couldn't rhyme anything with in spiral carpets.
What was it called? What was it? The Breakfast Club?
We were the Breakfast Club back in 1990.
Breakfast
With
Club.
my brother Major Tom.
Yeah.
And there were
Crash Clark.
What kind of music was played on this radio station?
Oh, you know.
Power 99. I don't know much, but I'm pretty sure the turkey goes in the oven, not your youngest nephew, Harold. I'm pretty sure about that. It's Shotgun Shot with another continuous music power play on the way for your ears.
Guns N' Roses on Power 99. Yeah.
Top 40
at the time.
Top
Here's
40
some
hits,
artists.
baby.
Where's some bands?
Well, it's called Justified and Ancient, and believe it or not, it's Tammy Wine.
Crash on with that music pop.
So let's go, cuz.
Paul Abdul.
man.
Bands.
A lot of Prince.
However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me?
I have a shirt from one of the concerts we did, which was Milli Vanilli, Phil Collins, B-52s.
Why do you still have that shirt?
Too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts.
Collector's item.
And what happened? They were kind of sick of playing Milli Vanilli, and they got tired of playing Paula Abdul.
We blew it out.
Jimmy, there was a musical movement happening, and they
that's right.
recognized it.
There was that something happening in Seattle that nobody could figure out.
That's right.
And Leslie and Sean got together, and 10 years ago tomorrow, this is what happened on Power 99.
Atlanta. Life changes.
Rick Stacy, Domino, Leslie Fram, Major Tom's back here. The rest of us are just roaming around the building, getting ready for 12 noon.
We're definitely changing.
Shall we count it down?
3, 2, 1. See ya! Power 99. I don't think I could find a more normal family anywhere in the whole universe. You're a freak. You're a freak. Who said that? You're a freak. You're a freak. You're a freak. You're a freak. Shut up. 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 Hey, I'm going down to Mexico to start me your UFO religion.
99X.
Come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be, as a friend, as I've known and be. Take your time, hurry up, just as yours, don't be late.
Well, that's that. And now, for posterity's sake, this is the last time you'll hear this.
That sounds so funny.
God.
Introducing 99X. Caution. This is the big one. Introducing 99X. Caution. This is the big one.
Is anybody out there?
99X. 99X.
Oh, happy
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. That was such a cool time for a lot of people. A lot of people remember where they were back then.
Yeah.
And
I was
can't
mainly
remember
on my
just
back.
you could not go anywhere in the city without people coming up going, guys, you went through my CDs, and just offering to give us CDs to play on the radio.
So let me ask you, we're joined by Sean Demery and Will Pendarvis and Steve from the Steve Shows here. Sean and Leslie were you guys were the people who initiated this change in that station, right?
Part of it, yeah.
And how long did it take? Like, when did you guys first come up with the idea? And then when were you given the go-ahead, and when were you allowed to sign on as 99?
When were we given the go-ahead?
There was
That's
actually,
a funny way of putting it.
the funny thing about it is there was no research done. It was just like on a piece of paper, right, Sean?
Yeah, actually, Leslie and I went out to a lot of record stores and just basically looking around, and we were noticing that the stuff that was selling like crazy didn't match what we were doing at all. It was bands like some that never even came to fruition, like Ned's Atomic Dustbin. James and a bunch of other bands, Charlatans UK. Those things were selling, and the stuff that we were playing as a top 40 weren't really selling at all.
And no one was playing those bands, and so that's kind of where the idea came from.
Right.
Sean, still peppy as ever, Demery.
Well, it's 6:45. It's 6:45 in the morning.
I'm just playing
where
with
he is.
He's calling from San Francisco. Give him a break.
But you can't just, like, at a radio station, I mean, in a major market like Atlanta, Georgia, you know,
that was a big
millions
risk.
of dollars. You can't just all of a sudden one day go on the air and say, hey, I want to play Ned's Atomic Dustbin instead of Paul Abdul.
Power 99 wasn't working the way it was. I mean, it was a, Leslie and I both know it was a fun radio station to work for, but unfortunately it just didn't match what was going on in our society. So we basically decided, okay, well, let's change the music around. We'll change the call letters. We'll do something different. And when we all came up with the next list of music we were going to play, I remember making that phone call. What was it, about 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Going, you know what? Other than a few titles we took out, no one's going to notice. No one's going to give a rat's ass. So at about 1 o'clock in the morning, we all got together and made the decision to just go full tilt what we thought was really right, and that turned out to be what 99X.
And Sean, did you ever think that 10 years later it would still be just humming along, bigger than ever?
You know what? Yeah, I did.
Did you?
And see, a lot of us thought it was going to last maybe about a year or two.
Well, there was a time about 2 years in where it was like, sink or swim for a little while.
Right.
Yeah, well, there was a time about one day in where it was like, you know what? It's not going to go at all. It scared the crap out of the management. I don't blame them. I don't think we did it the right way, the business way. We just did it all in gut and feel. And I don't blame them. It's a transmitter. The FCC gives you a license. I mean, people don't realize that you don't own the license. You just own the facility itself that broadcasts on the license, and they were doing the right thing. The company that owns 99X is probably one of the better companies in the whole United States. They let you do what you need to do.
Yeah, Fram Broadcasting.
Yeah, I work for a company now, great company, but Susquehanna is. There's no comparison. There's just no comparison.
There's no way you could do what we did then today.
I was just going to say
there is absolutely no way.
Explain why.
If I did that here, I would get my ass kicked.
Explain why. I was just going to
just what you said, how much a license is worth. Millions and millions of dollars.
Hi, Sean. It's Steve. How you doing?
Good morning, Steve.
And Will Pendarvis, good morning.
Will Penn!
Hello, I'm Will Pendarvis, and I am your friend.
He takes orders from no one except you.
99X.
99X. With Will Pendarvis. It's time to play.
That's good.
REM tickets at the Omni, or tickets to White Zombie at the Lakewood Amphitheater, or your very own 14-karat gold cheese slicer.
Anyway, you get the idea.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Hi,
It's Will. But let me just quickly interject. There's no other radio station really, and now or even then, who would be allowed to literally bring in our own stuff, our own crates of stuff that we had played maybe over the last several years that nobody had really heard of other than college radio.
Collection back.
You want what?
I want some of my REM collection.
I know.
Some of that stuff is like one-of-a-kind stuff.
I know. We're still playing your CDs.
Right, because now it's like there's a lot. It's research. I mean, you're right. This company is a lot different. You go down the dial to other radio stations that are owned by big companies that a lot bigger than ours, and you can't just go on and play what you want to play.
Well, the other stations down the dial don't even have live DJs. They're all taped.
Right.
Exactly. It's not about music. It's about math everywhere.
Yeah.
Will Penn, of course, he was doing a show at night called On the Edge.
On the Edge.
99X on the Edge.
Yes.
Will Penn.
All right.
What are you doing now? We know what Sean's doing. He's on the radio in San Francisco. What are you doing?
Actually, I still do some radio stuff at K-Rock in New York, but my primary gig is going out to bars and seeing bands at night.
Well, that's
He is
nice.
an A&R guy for Artist Direct. And let's say Sean Demery is programming a big radio station, Live 105, out in San Francisco.
It's the 10-year anniversary of 99X tomorrow.
Yeah, to the day. It's tomorrow. So Steve was already working here. You had been hired to work as a jock for Power 99, and you weren't Steve Craig.
No, it was the big Watusi. Well, see, that's because we had. I know, I blame Sean for that, but we kind of.
Steve, talk up the Paula Abdul record.
Power 99 is Paula Abdul. Any disc jockey can do that. So
I haven't heard you do that in years, Steve. You have to understand, Steve and I have worked together, 5 times now?
We've worked together since 1979.
Wow.
Actually, so.
Yeah.
So they asked you, do you want to do this? Or
How long were you here doing that before it changed?
6 months.
Oh, is that all?
Is that
You just come in?
Yeah. There was talk about something that was going on maybe, and there was some changes that were going to be made from what I understood. And so Sean kind of gave me the heads up, and I had talked with the program director, who was Rick Stacy at the time, and they brought me out. And I was in like a holding pattern. I was working overnights a little bit, doing some fill-in until everything started to change.
That's right.
Then stepped up.
Yeah.
And Crash, you were here at the time, or were you on one of your hiatuses?
No, I was actually here. I got brought in. I was here in '89.
Power 99 crashes on, and it's hammer time.
And I was doing traffic for the Breakfast Club.
My first time on the radio was with Crash, New Year's Eve.
That's right. It was New Year's Eve.
That's it.
Sean was actually the first one to introduce me doing traffic because I was at Traffic Scan, and the guy that was it Jim Robbins, who was the traffic guy. I was going to replace him. He got so pissed off that I was training, he walked out Friday afternoon, and Sean and my brother were doing the weekend blast off, and I did my first traffic report ever, and it was like, Sean, never forget, Sean, you go, about to go loco in the cabeza, here's power traffic.
But Crash, you had to have been fired one time around then, because when I came only a month in, you were already gone.
I was gone because the transition when we went from Power 99 to 99X, I hated the music, and I remember introducing a song going, oh, here's a new one from The Cure. You guys might like it. I think it sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, and that doesn't work with the promotional campaign.
Way to keep your gig. It's hard to keep your gig.
Yeah, that was the second time firing. But actually, my biggest beef changing from Power 99 to 99X is I don't get laid as much. I just don't.
Yeah, I can see that. I can
the
understand
psychographic on the women are just a little bit different.
Yeah. And Barnes, you were...
Underwhelmed.
Yeah, Barnes, when did you get here?
A month later. I got here at Thanksgiving.
So when they called you, was it already
They just
99X?
started. No, 2 weeks. They've been going 2 weeks. It was Rick Stacy and Leslie was in the room. They called me like 2 days before Thanksgiving, and I was on the air Thanksgiving afternoon.
And you weren't Barnes at the time. You were...
No, I was Barnes here.
No, when you were...
Oh, Steve E.B., baby.
Steve E.B. in Kansas City.
Yep.
And then you came in to do afternoons.
Yep, 4 to 8.
That's cool. And Will, what were you doing?
I was
8 to 1.
I was working in Memphis, Tennessee. And I was playing Amy Grant and the Eagles.
Now, tell them what you did for your audition here. This is a classic.
They brought me into Atlanta and said, just go on overnight and do whatever you want to do or whatever. I think my air name was Betty.
He was on the air for 6 hours calling himself Betty. And we're like, you're hired.
Thank you for listening to tonight's program. And let's wind up with a theme song here. Oh, yeah. Get busy. Now hear me. Do your funky dance to get dizzy. Do it right now. Not later. If you wait too long, you might fade out. I'm the DJ. You're the dancer. All right. Anyway.
I'm sorry, I was going off again. Fear of Music with my lovely, dearest heart. Jeff Clark is next on 99X.
Yeah. And the thing is though, they called me and said, hey, we want you to, come to Atlanta, and you're going to get to play alternative music. And I was like freaking out because that's what I wanted to do. And I got there, and they were like, you can play alternative music later on at night, but for the first 2 hours of your show, it's going to be all this pop stuff.
MC Hammer.
So I was playing, MC Hammer.
Friends come and go. MC Hammer learned the hard way.
And CNC Music Factory up until 7 o'clock, and then I switched over to legendary Pink Dot.
Rock 99X, congratulations to Lisa Picard, who just picked up on that big barrel of monkey brains and fish and whatnot that we gave away. We'll have more of those to give away a little bit later. Right now, it's Cracker at 99X.
On the edge.
Sean, remember that Halloween show we had? Because we had already booked all the artists when we were Power 99. Then we flipped to 99X, and we had all these like track acts. It was
horrible.
It was.
How did you carry that? How did you're signing on a new rock station?
Why didn't you just cancel it?
We should, because we've been on the air with it.
We should have. We were trying to do all the right things for everybody. There was a lot of stuff riding on
we
those
needed all the
shows
cash we
already.
could at the time.
The club, it was important for the club to go through with the show. It was important for the sales staff to be able to go through with the transactions. And people forget it takes a lot of money to keep that 100,000-watt transmitter humming all the time.
And Sean,
it keeps a lot of money to keep Leslie Fram on the microphone.
Yeah.
That's why you got to sell.
More than it used to.
Now, Sean, at the time, you were doing afternoons, right?
Well, I was doing afternoons, and then when Rick got canned for basically having the guts to implement what we had, wanted to do, I ended up on mornings with you for a year, and then I went to afternoons, and Steve and I switched. Steve was doing afternoons, Barnes was doing afternoons, and that brings you the Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy program.
Yeah, that's right. Sean and I were doing mornings, and then we brought in Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, you were kind of the off-air producer.
Yeah, for 6 months, right?
For the first, I was
6
hired.
minutes.
Yeah, for 6 minutes.
Until he wanted to take some calls.
Hey, Sean, let's take some calls.
I was off air for the first break, and I was in Chicago. I was working in Chicago at a classic rock station that actually I had been hired to work at, and then the show never happened. I was just sitting there, like I'd go in and read magazines for 2 hours at my desk, and wasn't even on the air. I was in a contract that they just had to pay out, which is a great deal, but it's going to end.
That's what I do.
And just kind of like Crash's job now. Got a call to come down and produce this show with Leslie and Sean, and came down. It was just supposed to be an off-air thing, and as happens sometimes in radio, things end up forming into other things, and then Barnes was in the afternoon, and Sean and Barnes flipped, and it was Sean and Leslie and me, and then Barnes, Leslie, and me, and then it was, it was... The rest is history.
That's true.
Space Coast, we have something we've never done with you before.
What would that be, a good interview?
The Morning X, weekday 6 to 10.
Go ahead, laugh it up, pal. You ain't got many laughs left.
On 99X.
The reason why most of us have been here so long is just what Sean said earlier. It's a great company to work for, and it's a great radio station to work for.
And something that we were talking about off air that's worth mentioning is stations flip formats all the time. Stations are country, and then they do this and they do that. That happens a lot. But you have to understand, if you are not like a radio aficionado, 10 years ago, this format maybe existed at 5 radio stations in the whole country.
Period.
And in the South, forget about it.
And it wasn't
it was
a
at
very...
5 other stations, but it was only working at 2.
Yeah.
Right. What? 91X in San Diego.
K-Rock
in New York. So,
and 99X was not modeled after either one of them. It's funny, I know the guys at 91X pretty well. They give me crap all the time thinking, 99X, 91X.
Right.
We were here first. I say, actually, the concept of the X actually came from Rick Stacy and I. I can't remember who else was on this conversation, but there was a station in New York City called 99X, WXLO.
That's right.
It was just one of those dumb stations. We had friends who worked there, and it was just, couldn't think of anything else. And I thought the letter X was a great thing, and not because of triple X, like in Dirty Movies. And
what about Generation
X, which was out at the time. X is just is a nice letter. It's a little meatier than being a B or a Q or.
Well, the thing is now, if you want to flip formats at a radio station, you got to go to your station owners with a mountain of research showing how this format tests well in this market and that market, and the numbers are good in men 18-24 and women 32 to 17.
It's crazy, yeah.
You know, you can't just walk into the owner of a station today and say, you know, I think we don't want to do this anymore. We want to be alternative. It just doesn't work like that.
You have to go to a perceptual, do an auditory music test. You have to spend about $200,000 or $300,000. Bring in experts who are 60 years old who know all about music.
Right.
That's for 23-year-old people.
I can sit in a reception area at a radio station and tell you how the place is financed. My clients are accustomed to hearing me chant. Sometimes we're a bit taken aback when I say this, is that almost nobody in radio has any idea what radio sounds like, two people not in radio.
I'll try to remember that. Passing out any questionnaires?
That was uncalled for. That's what I came in to say.
No, if you have something to say, I should love to hear it.
Makes no sense whatsoever. And in fact, though, it's seen as the Bible.
Sean, why did you leave?
Because I'm a freaking idiot.
What was going through your head?
You'd been here 10 years. Let's explain that.
You know what? It's really a shallow reason why I left. You guys are in a new building now, but I came in before the building we used to be in was even remodeled, and I've just been in the same building year after year after year, and 99X is by far one of the best experiences in my whole life.
And we can all say that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
completely.
It was just time to do something else, even though I didn't expect it to even come to the level of just showing up on a regular Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock and go to my office as being at 99X. And I left to go to do a .com just because I wasn't even doing it for the money or the glory, more than just to do something else, get on the West Coast for a little bit. And when that went belly up, I got a phone call from the people at Infinity.
Back in radio.
Will, you were doing afternoons on the same station as Howard, right? As Howard Stern.
No, actually, I left 99X because I'm an idiot too. But, no, I mean, somebody came along and wanted me to do mornings in Washington, D.C., actually taking the place of Howard, and they were going to give me 3 times the amount of money, and they put this piece of paper in front of my face, and I was like, how can this be bad? And signed away, and then I learned.
Will sends me a photo of him going to some car dealership one day, and it's him at a card table with a stack of stickers.
Will, they were offering you to go to Washington and make 3 times your salary during mornings?
Yes.
What is the name of that guy?
I'll talk to you about it later, Jimmy.
So you hopped from Washington to Houston?
Yep, doing mornings in Houston, and then came up to New York and did afternoons for a few years.
You did really well.
A primo gig.
You did really well there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's fun and everything, but...
if you could turn the time back, would you stay here?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know what? I would for personal happiness reason. I certainly wouldn't have gone to Washington, D.C., I'll tell you that much.
Right.
Hey, Will, I got to ask you one thing, though. One of the greatest moments, I think, in 99X night history, anyway. How are the puppies doing?
The puppies are fully grown.
Very good.
They're 8-year-old dogs now.
Exactly.
There were a few odd incidents.
Here, just listen.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Oh,
your water
it looks
broke.
It looks like it's time.
Oh, man, you want me to take you to the hospital? Or you
I
want
don't
me to
think we
call
have
somebody?
time for the hospital, man. No time for a phone call. I think it's coming, man.
Man, I don't know nothing about birthing no babies.
I gotta help me get my feet up here on the table.
I never thought I'd be saying this, but spread them.
Okay. Hey, Satan, hold my hand.
Oh, man.
Come on, hold my hand. This is important.
Man, let me call somebody.
Hold my hand.
Okay. I've never done this, man.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Remember the deep breathing exercises? Try to remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. In through the mouth.
Oh man.
Out through the nose. Okay.
Oh man.
When should I push?
Now.
I don't know. I've only seen this on
now.
TV. Should I push?
Go ahead. Here comes the head. Oh my gosh. Keep going. Oh, I hear it. There it is. Here it is.
Oh, what is it?
It's here. It's a girl.
It's a beautiful girl. It's a beautiful baby girl.
Look.
Let me hold it.
Let me cut this cord here.
Let me. Just hold it in my arms. I think it's hungry. Is it too early to feed it? It's so cute. It looks just like me. Well, I guess I should unbutton my shirt and let it.
Let me call somebody. What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Let me call somebody.
it's a hungry little baby. Yes, it was the hungry little baby. Oh, that's so sweet. I can't believe this happened while I was. Wait, oh my God.
What?
It's happening again.
What?
It's happening again.
Let me take the baby here.
Here we go.
Oh, it's another one. Here it comes. There it is.
It's a puppy.
Puppies.
It's a puppy. Oh, wow. It is the cutest little puppy. It looks
what
just
a
like
Kodak
me.
moment.
Oh, I love this. It's a little puppy. Let me hold it. I think it's a hungry puppy. Maybe maybe I should let it eat something. A little puppy. It's a cute little puppy.
Let me see.
This is look. Look, it looks just like
The eyes aren't even open.
Wait. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Here. Gosh! Oh, no. I think you better take over, man.
Oh, I'm out of here.
99X on the edge.
The only guy I know who gave birth to puppies on the air.
And if you never heard Sean Demery's show, feast your ears on this.
Oh, no.
Time. 5 o'clock at KLRZ Provo, Salt Lake City, your continuous music.
Oh, no way.
Oh, you bastard. 95. I said it. It's 8:56 with Sean Demery. I'm nearly famous. Here it's KS103. He's talking about wrestling. Or is that wrestling? Two different things there. Wrestling Federation comes to town this Wednesday night at the sports arena, and you and a friend get to see people like Brutus Beefcake, Tito Santana, and Crazy
Brutus
Dave. Check it out.
Sound like Dave Letterman.
Now at KS103.
That was a lot. What was that? Had to be 20 years ago.
Color 95.
Yeah.
Under the table and dreaming. You got $14 in your pocket this weekend and you don't spend it all on beer. Go to the store and buy this album. I'm not getting kickbacks off it. I just thought you'd like the music. It's Dave Matthews Band at 99X. New Rock 99X and just hit me. Bing. This is the weekend that thing happens in Piedmont Park, basically with or without the permit. No, I'm not saying the Pot Festival is good or bad, because I don't really care personally, but there isn't going to be a permit, so keep this in mind. Bail money goes in your left shoe. Bail money goes in your left shoe. And what happens when 50,000 people in Piedmont Park just light up? Who's going to tote all these people away, and where are you going to put them? What, the Swiss Hotel? Confine them to a room in the Swiss Hotel. Hey, biscottis and water for all these people. Nothing good. And remember, Keith, the bail money goes in your left shoe. Okay?
I think instead of big, you meant bong. This is the weekend of the great thing. Anyway,
Thank you.
Anyway, welcome to the Friday Follies. Please remember it's Friday. You have all weekend to get home, and by the looks of this thing, you may need it. Greater Atlanta Mazda dealers in Coldwell Banker.
Bail money goes in the left shoe.
Keith Gallant, Shopper X left shoe.
99X.
Good afternoon, everybody.
We miss both of you guys big time.
Sean, I remember the one time you did your whole show as a chicken.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
One of my favorites ever. He did not speak a single word of English the whole time. He was like, he had callers, introduced songs, 4 hours of chicken.
Gee, that sounds like great radio.
It was absolutely pretty funny.
What, Will?
Was he doing the chicken through the megaphone?
Yes, remember the megaphone?
The megaphone
phase.
Don't laugh at the megaphone. I use the megaphone up here for promos, and it's a really big hit.
And remember, the bail money is to be found in your left shoe.
Nope. I've had enough.
99X, my name is Sean. Hey. Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How's it going?
Okay.
I was wondering if y'all know the latest scoop on the festival tomorrow.
Yeah. Bail money is to be placed in your left shoe.
Sean had this megaphone that it was a toy megaphone.
Everyone loves it, Sean.
It was a Fisher-Price megaphone. It wasn't a real one, and he would do his whole show.
And
And
you know
he
what?
was the
P.J.
only.
Harvey stole that damn thing.
Right. It was stolen by orders of the program director.
Yeah.
Now,
Take it. Somebody said, take the megaphone from that guy.
And remember, the bail money is to be found in your left shoe.
Nope. I've had enough.
Well, they want us to
She used it on
hide
stage
it.
that night at the Roxy. Come on.
PJ Harvey used it.
Money. We took up a collection.
Now,
You're all bad people.
Sean used to get really bored, and every 6 months he'd go, I've got this great idea for 5 o'clock. Let's do and he came up with the swinging Velveeta Lounge. And the strangest people in the world would come into the studio to watch that.
And they wouldn't leave.
And then there was the Me Show, where Sean just played whatever he wanted to hear. Remember that, Sean?
Yeah, it was all about me. Yeah.
And then there was what else?
His bitter symphony moment, bittersweet symphony.
That was a good song.
Where
It
he
deserved to be
cried.
played 8 or 9 times in a row.
Right.
Very important. I guess everyone could have done without the nervous breakdown.
Yeah,
but
nervous.
I was very emotional. You know, that music is just very emotional to me. It's something that regular pop top 40 music doesn't do for me. It's not the way it's put together. Like, everyone thinks music's put together in a shallow manner where, some manager or some record company finds 5 people, puts them together and says, boom, you're a band. All this stuff comes from people who actually, even if it only starts out with 3 chords, they play music. Most of the artists are starving when they start. So there's a lot of oomph, there's a lot of agony, there's a lot of rage, there's a lot of love and a lot of need and wanting in the music, and that's what makes the music on 99X so damn good.
I think, Sean, you'll agree with this too. Jimmy, you were touching on how everything is always researched, everything's looked at very technically by management to make sure you're on target. I think when we started out, I think one of the things that really solidified what 99X was and what it is that every single one of us, Leslie, Barnes, myself, Will, Sean, we grew up with this music, literally. I mean, the older stuff and the new stuff. We knew the music that was coming out. We knew what alternative music was. This is the stuff we were listening to at home, in the cars, away from all the pop stuff that Power 99 was playing.
Steve,
we had a passion for it.
That's all. We could just see the future.
Yeah, but I mean, there was a passion for the music. I mean, look, Barnes has got a CD collection you would not believe, and that was, as he got here, he had all this great
we all
music.
brought CDs in and made it part of the station, so kind of a bit of us is all in those CDs. You will find
there's
everyone's
a little bit of everybody.
collection. Yeah,
Sean's REM CDs. Yeah,
it's funny. It seems like eons ago, and it's probably we're in new studios, which are state of the art. I mean, these probably one of the nicest radio facilities in the country. And, you think back then, I mean, it seems like it was just a whole different life, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of different life, if you really want to thank anybody in this whole thing, thank the listeners.
Thank you.
This sounds hokey, but
no, it's true.
If it wasn't for all the phone calls and all the faxes and all the regular snail mail letters, because this is before basically email.
God, can you believe that alone? I mean, their email didn't even exist.
If we hadn't gotten mailbags of stuff like on Miracle on 42nd Street, where they're bringing all the bags of mail to the judge to show that Santa Claus is real, the station really wouldn't have been on the air. I can tell you for a fact it would not be on the air. It was the letters and the phone calls that made management feel more comfortable with the concept of people putting a radio station on the air that had no research. It was just done on gut. It was done on love. And it was done for all the right reasons, but nobody knew that until people called in and send them the letters.
Well, the listeners they were telling us about all the different music that was out there that we were missing. I mean, we got a lot of response from people turning us on to different bands that became huge staples.
The world changed. It really did change. I mean, the Beatles changed the world here in '63 and '64, and I know there's a lot of debate on this, but Nirvana really changed everything. I watched it. I used to track the sales, like a record geek, a music geek does every week, and I watched the sales just completely go south on everything that was top 40. Kurt Cobain and those guys really changed the way we think, even if you were affected personally by it, or you just got it secondhand by watching your peers around you and weren't even aware that you were changing. It changed everything.
I don't think it was Nirvana. I think it was the Connells. I really think that they are the one who... That was the very first... Huh?
I said, Matt, if you're listening, I miss you.
That's right. The very first thing, I remember I came down for a job interview, and I was with Sean and Leslie, and they asked me for God knows what reason. I don't know why you'd ask a guy who's interviewing for a job to come on stage and introduce a band at the Masquerade Music Park, and it was the Connells. I was like, I didn't know I never heard of the Connell. What the hell is that? Although, in fairness, they weren't that big either. I mean, it's not like they were a household name.
In the Southeast, they were kind of big.
They were Southeast.
Speaking of Southeast, and they're big for 99X. As a matter of fact, 99X is one of the few places where they really got played a lot.
A lot of bands got that kind of love, though, which was weird. They'd be big in the Southeast because of 99X and then not anywhere else.
I mean, think of it this way. If anybody listening was at our radio station, they would have gravitated towards things that made their heart go pitter-patter, and they would want to play it for other people on the radio.
Awesome. A CD called Comforter. It's Compulsion with Delivery. That's a good song.
And that's what 99X did.
That's what we all felt. We all felt that.
If someone else out there was listening was the music director, you would have done the same thing. Maybe the selections would have been just a little bit different. That's what 99X did.
Well, It was really
Stand on
cool.
that
It's
statement
a very
alone.
special. It's a very special place we work at. And, you know, you're right. It's like this is at the end of the day. It's a business like anything else, and we can't just go on and do what we want to do and not care about if people are listening. I mean, if people were not listening to 99X back then and now, then it wouldn't be 99X. It would
Does
be
today
something else.
qualify as a very special Morning X?
Very special morning.
It
a
is.
very special blossom.
Well, Will Pendarvis and Sean Demery, happy anniversary.
Yeah, guys.
Happy anniversary.
Miss you guys.
Good to talk to you guys.
Yeah, we do miss you.
I miss you guys like crazy.
Come home, boys.
I have a hankering for Dead-Eye Dick. I don't know why. All that stuff.
Don't you always, Jimmy?
Who doesn't?
I'm kind of feeling maybe some Monks and Pygmies and some Tony Bennett.
Let's
maybe.
talk about the worst music decisions of all time. How about
That's another segment.
Chumbawamba.
No, but that was
That was okay for a while.
No, because at the time that was a very popular song. I'm talking about the Gregorian Monks.
I know.
I'm talking about.
I know.
I'll tell you, what was the other song that we played that was just instrumental?
Well, there was a song,
Deep
Sean.
Forest.
Yeah, that had the Pygmies in it.
Yeah, that was the Pygmy song.
We'll like
And
that.
you couldn't get Deep Forest without a 30-minute explanation from Steve on what the hell was going on in there.
Yeah.
Sean,
But I had to inform.
They're never going to let you forget the Murmurs.
The Murmurs.
Oh, God.
You suck.
I love those girls. They're great.
And for that, you suck.
Okay.
Sean,
if
of course,
you
gave
don't-
us the sweater song, too.
Imagine if, let's say, 10 times a day, 99X was playing this song.
With a straight face.
With a straight face.
Oh, no.
Right.
Oh, God.
Wait a minute. We're not kidding. This was a song on the 99X playlist in 19...
And it wasn't even a joke.
It was, but it was the best-selling CD in the country for about 3 months.
I don't care. So are the three tenors.
We had the you-know-whats to play it.
Yeah. Exactly. It was different, so
Yeah,
why not?
Still trying to sell it. They're monks.
Nobody will still admit, no, this was dumb.
Leslie's like, that song tested real good. Guys, we'll see you later.
All right, bye.
Later, guys. Will Pendarvis and Sean Demery, the Steve Show, and some kind of big 1-4 starts next.
No, I want to say that at noon today, a special for the Retroplex. It's music from the original playlist
Excellent.
of 99X.
You'll hear that again.
No. Hold me on it.
For 4 minutes, listeners would listen to this or turn away.
Where's the hook?
Yeah. Wait, it's coming up.
It's 10:20. Steve is next.
So why are you telling us? What are you talking about? What's your point, huh?
99X was born on October 26, 1992.
How's he getting this information?
This is our heritage and this is our true glory.
The history of 99X.
Animated by the destiny of greatness. Now you say words, beautiful words.
The history of 99X.
Now.
WNNX Atlanta.
I'm here to take back what's mine.
Exceed, accelerate, accessorate.
There is one thing I neglected to tell you. I am going to use your music to make you Earthlings a little more flexible in your dealings with my distant planet. And you, my musical friends, will make it possible. Roll the tape.
You rock 99X.
I always know when I tune in, I'm not going to be disappointed. It's, great music.
Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, Lemonheads, everything basically that you play.
Channel X99X.
Is battery operated to obey your command.
99X. 99X
has the power to transform your thinking and rearrange your DNA.
I thank you for your attention. Thursday night, August 18th, Coca-Cola Roxy Theater. This is the big one. 99X presents an exclusive free concert for 99X card holders starring the Meat Puppets. Also starring Material Is You. God's Child. And an acoustic performance by Richard Butler and Richard Fortas of Love Spit Love. Thursday, August August 18th. Coca-Cola Roxy Theater. Meat Puppet, Material Issue, God's Child, and Love Spit Love. Doors open at 6:30. Get there first. Or don't get in. It's a free concert for 99X card holders. If you don't have yours, what's holding you back? 99X.
It feels like a healing, peaceful energy.
All right, listen up. I'm going to tell you this one time and one time only.
Right.
WNNX Atlanta.
Thank you.
On the way, on the way, and
99X. WNNX Atlanta.
Have a nice trip. You can be sure somewhere, somehow, an attack is being planned.
99X. 99X.
Hey, my name's Ed. My name's Patrick. We're Half the Day Live, and when we are in Atlanta, we listen to 99X, baby. Yeah!
The pain, the sex, it was all for you. 99X. 99X. 99X.
A brain out of order throws the whole body out of order. Well, here's a deadly poison that some young people play with.
WNNX Atlanta. 99X. Our request late night. 99X.
New Rock 99X, Axel here. There's proof again that, and you know, all good things do come to an end. All requests late night. New Goo Goo Dolls. The song is called Name. It's on 99X.
99X.
Best not to think about it. Just push it down and go on.
It's coming Sunday, September 10th. Silverchair. 99X's big day out. Better than Ezra. The legendary Ramones. Tripping Daisy. Blind Melon. And Cake. 99X's big day out. An all-day music festival at the Coca-Cola Lakewood Amphitheater. Tickets from Ticketmaster. Charged by phone. 249-6400. Big day out. Sunday, September 10th.
Hey kids, it's me, Joey Ramone, here from the famous Ramones, and we're gonna see you all at the 99X Big Day Out Festival. So be there, and don't be late.
Silverchair, Better Than Ezra, the Ramones, Blind Melon, Tripping Daisy, Cake, The Big Day Out, from Blockbuster Music and 99X. The Big Day Out, an all-day music festival.
Courtney Love's gonna be there too?
Just for you.
99X
is like throwing sand in a delicate machine and hoping nothing goes wrong.
99X.
I am as normal as all of you. I am as normal as all of you.
99X. 99X on the edge.
Someday you will ache like I ache.
99X.
I don't usually see something that's an actual real thing that I could describe.
On the edge. 99X, X, 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 X. Here we go! Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go! 99X. Where to go and what to do. Here we go. Hoo-ha. Dead or alive. Halloween just wouldn't be the same without it. X, X, X. 99X. What you truly want, only I can give. It's a freeloader's paradise. The hell does that mean?
I don't know, but...
For the best new music, there is no alternative like 99X.
Music. The 99X File.
I'm Steve Craig with the 99X File.
Oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Anyway.
Oh, you know.
WNNX Atlanta.
We do know it's a foreign agent that can be traced to various body organs, but long-term effects are not known.
99X. Now more of Bootleg X on 99X.
We know now that
99X
does not cause insanity.
99X.
New Rock 99X, Bootleg X, recorded live. Hello! My name is Will Pendarvis. We heard the Gin Blossoms a little bit earlier this evening, and we're going to get into some more Breeders in just a couple of seconds. I'd like to remind you this time.
And there was a time we had Chinese that Christmas.
Yeah.
And you made me the cookies.
Oh, yeah. The ones shaped like little hearts.
I still have them.
Oh, hearts.
And then...
Just give me a hug, Mars.
Come here, Will.
Thanks, Mars, but, I can't take too much more of Barbara Streisand.
All right, well, I guess I'll leave you. No,
okay.
Will, you killed the moment. Let's go back. Let's go back in time. This is...
Welcome to 1995. Welcome to WNNX Atlanta.
The more he uses, the more he needs to get that same feeling.
99X.
Every dog has their day, but pigs get a whole year. That's right, it's 1995, and it's the year of the pig.
99X.
Animated by the destiny of greatness. Now you say words, beautiful words.
Fear of Music is sponsored by Bud Light. Options extra, tax tag and title not included. Dealer retains rebate. Well, howdy, folks, and welcome to another edition of the Grand Ole Opry Radio Show. I'm your host, Minnie Pearl. To my right, Grandpa Joe. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I got mixed up. I'm freaking out again. I'm Jeff Clark. With me is the man who sold out his entire generation. It's Chaz Lounge. How are you, man?
That's me, baby.
Yeah. You ready? This is going to be fun tonight, isn't it?
And I sold them out cheap, too. It's going to be great. Great.
Cool, man. Cool. Great. Going to kick off tonight's show with, we're going back in time to kick off tonight's Fear of Music.
We are going to have open sexual intercourse on every street corner of America, where thousands and thousands can watch.
99X.
It occasionally gets me in trouble. I got locked up just a week ago.
99X.
Anyway, we've been listening to the Pearl Jam concert live at the Fox Theater. We're going to rebroadcast the concert now.
Yeah, right. Whatever. WNNX Atlanta.
Once the government blocked such testing, now it underwrites scientists as they try to define more accurately.
99X.
And I know you'd like this, so I'm going to leave you with a song about me. See you, Will?
Oh, no, I don't know, Barnes. I don't think we need to.
New Rock 99X.
No, this is...
Come on, Will, one more time for me.
No.
Let's hear a cheer for the mayor of Buckhead.
No.
Here's a guy who drinks his stolies.
Okay. That's too much, Barnes. Enough about you.
WNNX Atlanta.
They're watching our every move.
On the edge.
On the edge.
Okay, that's just about it for me because I'm actually over time.
Uh-oh.
And legally, I have to say WNNX Atlanta. Okay, there, I said that.
It's the easiest way to win tickets to the coolest shows. Seal, Reverend Horton Heat, Magna Pop, Jesus Christ Superstar, starring the Indigo Girls, Danzig, Brian Ferry, Melissa Etheridge, Candlebox, They Might Be Giants and Frank Black, and the Indigo Girls. Listen to 99X to win, or register at the Kenwood display. At all 12 Atlanta area hi-fi buys at 99X, Kenwood 12 Nights of Music. Kind of restores your faith in the season. Kenwood, do the music justice. 99X.
New Rock 99X, it's a CD countdown. Brian Ferry's at 30, Mamuna. It is Mamuna. I'm Barnes. It's an early Saturday morning. I don't know if you know, but everybody that works here at the radio station, we all have bedrooms lined up down the hallway here at the radio station. I'm trying to find Steve to see if, I don't think this is it.
What?
I'm sorry. Hey, Sean.
Yeah, what do you want?
I'm looking for Steve, trying to find out about the Indigo Girls thing on the...
Wrong room. It's too early in the morning. Go away.
Hang on. Go down the hall. Hey, Steve?
What do you want, man? What do you want?
Jimmy, I'm sorry. I see you at this time every day. I'm looking for Steve. Go back to sleep. Hey, who are you?
I'm Kevin.
Kevin, I'm looking for Steve. What are you doing here?
I'm crashing.
Is this Will's room?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, man.
Who is this guy? Sorry, man.
Oh, go away. I paid last month. Steve? Hey, hey, there you are. I'm trying to find out what's going on in your show tomorrow, Locals Only with Indigo Girls.
Oh, they're Amy Ray's playing Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar.
And you have some, like, rare footage?
I got the tracks, the whole soundtrack. They're going to be releasing it on CD after the performance is over, so I got everything. Every local band in town is contributing to this in one way or another, and it's very, very cool. So,
one more question, Steve?
Yeah?
Why, as I look into your bedroom, is Leslie Fram in here with you?
I told you to wait in the bathroom!
Hey, wait.
Fram, what are you doing in Steve's bedroom?
Because I needed a place to.
Yeah, we'll hear about that later.
This all to hell now.
Indigo Girl Swampophilia at 29. Least complicated. It's the CD countdown. What a happy family we are. 99X.
Oh my God! Will!
What the hell?
He's dead.
He's dead? How can he be dead? He owes me $10!
I gotta sit in that chair Monday morning.
Oh, I can't.
You know how hard it is to get blood out of wool?
Hey, Jimmy, you want to go to a midnight movie?
Yeah, we still have time.
99X.
Music.
99X.
Music.
WNNX Atlanta. Hey, the band's here.
Hey, man, what is the setup?
This is our heritage.
Please welcome.
Without further ado, it is at this point I would like to introduce to you
5X.
Yeah, and I had to shave my head yesterday just to get tickets to this thing.
WNNX Atlanta.
It's certainly very nice to be able to play in small and intimate environments, so we're grateful for y'all coming out.
The song came to be here in this fine city.
Brand new, we're testing it out on radio.
You guys have always, since day one, huge supporters.
Tape rolling?
Right. Yes.
Thumbs up. Here we go.
Caution, the show you're about to hear is unrehearsed.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
And what have you seen? I don't know if the rules are different in the South for the radio, but...
there are no rules here. It's total anarchy.
99X.
You have the tape.
As I said, I may have located it.
You have the damn tape!
Live X.
Are you guys on your lunch break? How'd you get down here? Does your boss know you're here?
I go, yes. And then I find out that, you know.
Thanks, folks.
Wow. This is most pleasing. Thank you.
So this is just another smash hit. You'll see eventually. Anyway.
This is a song about a very, very credible, intelligent, and happy professional. Goes like this. Reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up.
Something like that.
Are we talking now, or are we...
You want to keep going?
Everything we do is music.
Am I supposed to start? Sorry, people of Radio Land.
Let's get busy doing them. So I suggest.
Vertical Horizon.
When we first started out, Keith and I were just an acoustic duo, and we would play all over the country. And I had some friends in a band called Jacko Pierce. And I remember we were driving through Atlanta one night, and I heard their song on 99X. And I was like, damn, I want that. We want to do that. And now 99X plays our music, which is pretty damn cool.
We
99X.
Well, hello, everybody. It's good to be back in Atlanta.
This is our new single. It's called No More, No Less.
Hello, Georgia, and hello, Atlanta, and hello, Athens.
The coolest thing is when you can get in that car and you can drive down the road and you can, like, turn on the radio. And you can hear this little cool beat kicking really, really loud out of the speakers that it just, like, sets you back.
Live.
She got the old school T-shirt and everything. Thank you for having us, and thanks to 99X, because they've always supported us down here in Atlanta. I'll never forget Atlanta. We will never forget Atlanta because we did our first big rock show in Atlanta because of 99X. We did our big, first big arena rock thing down here. So you guys have always had the love, man.
Some think it's pretentious to name a band live, but this four-piece band from York, Pennsylvania is only trying to be the biggest musical act in the world. They're currently bombarding MTV, the radio airwaves, and even the internet. With Throwing Copper, their second album, now certified gold, Live is on the verge of breaking out.
Yeah. Always. Anyway.
Let's go to the wonderful land of song.
This is our true glory.
The history of 99X.
Starting to fade. It's starting to come back to me now. This is the X. WNNX Atlanta.
Okay. We'll come back to that.
It's starting to come back to me now.
So here's the next question.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know, but... March 29th, Tracy Chapman at the Tabernacle. April 6th, Third Eye Blind. Wait, March 29th, that's,
Is that a question, too?
No, that was just a statement.
Oh, okay.
Break it out.
Living Loud. 99X. Living Loud.
In the air, I'm tasting your perfection.
A circus, but a bizarre, perverse circus.
You learn by listening.
Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway.
We have had some technical problems.
Bring the sounds of the people in a white truck, bumping on the road bumps, running to a tree stump. Tweeter got the back door, slamming to a dirt lot stop with the cable running up a backside. Disconnect.
This is what it sounds like.
Great.
Oh, thank you. No, I won't be playing that today. I could in a pickle, but
We want to appeal to your ears.
I want you to remember.
Sound stereophonically recorded that we think will enchant you.
To me, it's like painting with fragments of memory. What next? But what next?
Take your time and you'll find so many things you can learn.
Listening. You're listening to it now.
Hi-Fi Sound. New Rock 99X. 99X. 99X's Big Day In.
We saw some Soundgarden, some Rage, and some Audio Slave. What else do you want? It was awesome.
It was
was awesome. My favorite was Tom Morello, man. He's crazy on that guitar.
When they did The Rage and all of it, it was great. I loved all of it.
99X.
I am 99X.
Is in its final state of readiness.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. My fault, my fault.
Sunday School on New Rock 99X.
Time warp.
It's not the 80s. It's the not-so-retro 90s.
We provide the fireworks. You do the oohs and ahs.
It's like a physics of presence, but with rhythm. So it's like a physics of presence, but with rhythm.
Music. A new way of life is evolving. Well, now let's slow down, all of us, and enjoy perhaps the sounds we like most of all.
Wide world is open. Original ideas. Alternative radio. The wide world is open. Wide world open. There is only one thing to be said about modern radio.
Hello, Americans of the radio audience.
Doesn't that stuff cause brain damage?
A new way of life is evolving.
X. Now Atlanta. 99X is proud to present the Caroling DJs.
99X. Christmas wishes unto you.
Except for me, cause I'm
99X
Hebrew.
New Rock. New Rock. 99X. New Rock. New Rock. 99X.
My brain seemed to be held in the grip of a giant vice.
Here's another audio example.
They're seeing so many knobs. You're gonna have to do something, Charlie. Try pushing that button now.
You're amusing yourself and your friends. Just a lot of noise, isn't it?
Music.
Right about now.
Now Atlanta.
Extraordinary. Fantastic.
Listening. Well, if you listen to the complete running order of all the songs, there's certainly a continuity to the sound.
Expand beyond the boundaries that you created for yourself.
All the exciting memories go back to those early days. And it's not to say we don't have exciting things now, but everything was new then. You know, and when everything's new, it's always the best, isn't it? The best time.
Get ready to journey back in time.
What else do I got? I don't know. Oh, also.
This station serves the heartland
WNNX Atlanta.
99X.
Sense of excitement at the seemingly unlimited possibilities ahead.
New Rock, 99X.
Now, another moment with Korn.
No, man, it's heaven. No, no. It's great, man. I don't know. Heaven. Comparative? No. I'm not, no.
99X. New Rock.
Here comes a boom.
99X.
A story which contains more than first meets the ear.
WNNX Atlanta. Living loud.
Pump up the volume.
99X.
It's the beginning of a new and excitingly different story.
Get it on it. Living loud.
Turn it up! Turn it up! Come on in here. Our opening invitation to the dance.
Living loud.
All right, you got it.
99X.
You're not the on-air personality, are you?
No.
Yeah, he's just the most offensive human being I've ever heard. I mean, this crap girl. You know, I listen to the radio to listen to music.
Living loud.
Girl.
Say bye for a white guy.
99X. This is 99X Music. This is 99X.
You can enjoy all your favorite songs again in one incredible collection.
New Rock. WNNX Atlanta. 99X.
All right now, right here. Our whole life, right here. We got the way you're bathing like. The way you're bathing like.
From 7 to midnight on New Rock. 99X.
New music from 99X.
Here is something for you to calculate.
99X equals New Rock. New Rock. New Rock. 99X. New Rock. New Rock. 99X. New Rock, 99X.
Yeah. 99X. Mandatory Metallica.
Hey, I could use a hearty snack.
A nightly superfluous dose of Metallica. Every weeknight at 9. 99X. Mandatory Metallica. 99X.
This is not a Metallica concert.
Hey, this is Lars. Metallica.
New Rock 99X 2000. The year end review. You heard it. Listening to 99X. This is 99X music. This is 99X music. New music from 99X.
Here is something for you to calculate.
Dave Matthews Band. I Did It. Train. Drops of Jupiter. 99X equals New Rock. Loud. 99. WNNX Atlanta. Yeah. Living loud.
X. 99X.
Music.
99X, New Rock first.
We got a show called Axel.
99X.
WNNX Atlanta. 99X. WNNX Atlanta. WNNX Atlanta.
I'm here to take back what's mine.
Exceed, accelerate, accessorate.
Thanks for doing this.
Oh, thank you.
The future of America is.
Okay, I don't know if this ever should have been on the radio, but it was.
Language and human cognition demonstrate, to me at least, what remarkable creativity ordinary people have. The very fact that people talk to one another is a reflection, just in a normal way, I don't mean anything particularly fancy, reflects deep-seated features of human creativity, which in fact separate human beings from any other biological system we know.
Oh!
We are beginning to be able, cautiously and with our eyes open, to encourage some interchange of ideas.
We have to start thinking about tomorrow. I've heard that somewhere.
Save your energy.
Our objectives are clear.
Well, I'd like to go in Russia and show them run the real people. You think the Russians would dig your kind of music? They'll dig it. Save your energy.
Look yonder! The big rusky satellite is just a jamming it like I know.
We are talking about a society in which there will be no roles other than those chosen or those earned. We are really talking about humanism.
Why did you put what we say on the radio?
Encourage some interchange of ideas. Of books, magazines, students, tourists, artists, radio programs, technical experts. We declare our rank on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being.
I want you and your boys to cease and desist from violating the American airwaves, or I won't be responsible for the consequences.
Further communications may not be possible.
It's a sky. It's got a pirate radio station.
Which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
Who are
what's on the comm channels?
Very active, sir. Multi-phasing transmissions overlapping. It's almost a gibberish.
Welcome.
Simply adjust the frequency. Throw the switch. Welcome to radio program.
Beginning.
According to plan.
We control the transmission.
What are you doing on this frequency?
Just remember who you are. Radio program.
Beginning.
According to plan.
Become an everyday actuality. Within itself, this industry embraces many of those scientific accomplishments that yesterday seemed fantastic impossibilities.
Walk the streets. These access the
Sayonara. Over and out.
I always have a good time when I'm here, so thank you very much, Atlanta.
Thanks again.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations, thank you. See y'all later.
Bye. Bye, Sean. Bye, Will. Bye, everybody. Bye.
WNNX